I'm back. It's Phil. It's Fantasy Author's Handbook. Number 41 in the 100 book challenge is I Will Judge You by Your Bookshelf by the amazing Grant Snider. Oh, this is so much fun. Oh, you have to get a copy of it. Let's take a look inside. The struggle is real on YouTube, everybody. I just flipped through about the first quarter of this book and then realized I didn't hit record. So let's do this again. We're looking at I Will Judge You by Your Bookshelf by Grant Snider. He says that he is an orthodontist by day and an artist by night. Don't quit your day job, but if you do, quit the orthodontist, because this guy is valuable to people. The Pride of Wichita, Kansas, published all over the place, everywhere that really matters, the New York Times and New Yorker. Yeah. And I see him on Blue Sky posting cartoons that he has in The Guardian, so I guess he's over there too. Everybody who matters loves it. I write the Los Angeles Review of Books, Publishers Weekly. This is by Abrams Comics Arts. They did a fantastic job with it. It's nice, sturdy, not too gigantic, hardcover with the library binding or cloth over board binding, 4-color on all over the place, with the fantastic little peekaboo window, the guy peeking through the library stacks there. It comes into this terrific illustrated 4-color end papers. Gotta love the attention to detail put into stuff. They knew, Abrams obviously knew that Grant Snider was somebody they wanted to give the star treatment to him, because he's a star as far as I'm concerned. The quality of the paper, terrific, right? It takes the 4-color process really nicely. And just in general, I love the sense of humor. It's very light. It's obviously exactly for me because it's about sharing a love of books. And you remember I've kind of talked about how I got into this very dark and dreary and depressive period in the dark and dreary, depressing Seattle winter, reading a lot of dark and dreary books that was sort of capped off by reading that huge H.R. or thick H.R. Giger art book. I love him. He's one of the most unique and important artists, really, of the 20th century. But, oh man, that got to be a lot. That was a lot. And so after that, I really desperately needed something exactly like this, that's just designed to make you smile and to share a love of books, a love of libraries, fun things about the sort of writing process and so on. With these kind of little sections here, I read in social situations. Reading is dangerous, he says. I don't believe that it is, but so there's heavy reading here. Let's hold this up so we can see. I am right now currently, slowly because of work stuff, making my way through Monsters by Barry Windsor Smith. It's great so far, but that book is enormous and it seems to weigh 1,000 pounds. And therefore it's not easy to just kind of curl up with that. So I get it. Heavy reading. I don't engage in speed reading. My job would sort of demand that I read slowly. Yeah, that's sort of. My job demands that I read slowly and carefully, so I have a tendency to just do that anyway. I don't believe there's any such thing as overreading. Both my kids were in the accelerated reading program, or accelerated readers, or whatever that was called in school, so I'm all on board for that. Just, you don't have to hurt anybody, but And then of course there's proofreading. Been there and done that. And there's, in some cases, a sort of a limited color palette that I kind of like, and then of course he'll go full color here, like stuck in a book as opposed to a reader's manifesto. I will use anything as a bookmark. This one I relate to. I've walked around with my finger or thumb in a book trying to function one-handed oh so very, very many times. I'm going to flip fast through some of this so that I'm not just sort of giving the entire book away. This is not really a spoiler situation. These are all just like fun cartoons, right? I confuse fiction with reality. He does have, which I love, some fun with the concept of story structure, right? Like this one. That's definitely reminiscent of that great lecture by Kurt Vonnegut, where he also has fun with the idea of story arcs and character arcs and draws these like crazy, loops and curls around with chalk. Really, for me, I've always been very suspicious of the story structure thing, but we'll keep it positive. Basically, the story structure, I'm throwing it out there. Story structure is way less important than some people will have you believe. A lot of people will have you believe, yeah. I am wanted for unpaid library fines. No, I'm not. I pay my library fines, but more than that, I don't accrue library fines because I'm a responsible library patron with respect for the librarians and the next reader, right, who comes after me, who's waiting for that book, or whatever it is. This is a fun one here where he just sort of has some fun with a little kind of doodly picture, right? These little just kind of funny little guys. Fahrenheit 451. I've mowed the lawn where it seems like it's at least 450 degrees before. Cat's cradle or a hammock with a cat in it. You get it, right? The Catcher in the Rye here, I wish that book actually was about baseball, because then it would have been about something. Yeah, great expectations, right? I love this one. The setup for a ridiculousness video. And this is what I mean, right? He's not taking anything seriously. It's not dour and gloomy. It's just, hey, books are great. Literature is great. Libraries are amazing. People who read are fun and cool and silly. I like my realism with a bit of magic. Me too, to some degree, right? All of this man versus self, man versus man. This one. I think you have to actually be a Haruki Murakami fan to even have any idea what the hell he's talking about. I get it, and I loved that. Here's Fahrenheit 351. One night they came for our books. And that's, hello. They tried to destroy them. We feared all was lost. But our books were even better warm. Because, Ray Bradbury sort of wrote that book and said, well, at 451 degrees Fahrenheit, books burst into flames. He made that up. That's not actually necessarily true. So don't try that experiment. You may hurt yourself or whatever. Don't put books in the oven. But here, Grant Snider is having a little bit of fun with that as well. And again, kind of ripping into story structure. Here's the story structures. Murder Mystery Mansion. Cautionary Tale Tenement. Fortress of Farce. It's just a little frontage there, like a movie set. Coming of Age Cantilever. Don't jump, man. Don't jump. Star-Crossed Lovers Observatory. Love that one. Choose Your Own Adventure Treehouse. Aqueduct of Indecipherable Allegory. Yikes. And Tragic Comedy Tent. Oh, no. Run, everybody. See, again, right? Just fun. Oh, just happiness. I like to sniff old books. Me too. It's the greatest smell in the world. An old book is the greatest smelling thing you will ever find. When you are gone, I will miss your gentle noises, your reassuring presence, sharing you with others, your smell. Right? I have sort of sold or donated or somehow or another gotten rid of books that I regret having done that. I'm like, why did that go away? Why do I not still have that? What the heck is going on here? the book fair. I loved those as a kid, the Scholastic Book Fair. Who didn't love the Scholastic Book Fair as a kid? You know who didn't like it? The dumb kids. Hmm. I am searching for a miracle cure for writer's block. Well, aren't we all? Aren't we absolutely all? I'm going to flip through a little bit just so I can't be accused of showing the entire thing. Proofreader's marks. On my first day working at TSR in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, I want to say it was Barb Young, who was then the managing editor, handed me this sheet with proofreading marks, and it was like spoof marks just like this, very similar to this. I wish I still, do I still have that? I wonder if I still have that, like scanned somewhere. I should try to dig that up if I do. But, you know, these are, I love this one, More Hypnosis. Fantastic. Write faster. You know, write faster sometimes, write slower other times. I've finished editing your first draft, the horror story. Oh, that's not how we do it. We're nice to our authors. We try to do the best we can for everybody. I will read the classics someday. You know, all the ingredients of Shakespeare, and then the tragic downfall. He's hit by a donut, squished by a donut. Terrible. Oh, ooh, okay, I missed some, but that's good because you're not seeing the whole book because you're going to buy this. Yeah, character development. Also having fun with that idea, right? The idea of a character arc, or what are we talking about? Character, stock character. There's just which costume is he going to put on? Developing a character, or developing character, just sitting there drinking coffee. Well-drawn character. Oh, nicely. Static character, he's still just sitting at the bus stop. Dynamic character. Fantastic, right? The major character gets the girl. How to make right. The envision, the inspire, the create, the reveal, the revise, the submit, the lie awake, the refuse, the react, the regret, the recover, and the restart. Dynamite. I love this one. It's like a little notebook page. And that's what I mean. He just is endlessly creative and fun and silly. What to put in your notebook, ending with yourself. And I don't know what else to tell you except how great this is and how fun it is and how happy it will make anyone who loves books. Here's the end. The end of one story is the start of another, hopefully. And I mean, I'm that guy who's going to buy every Grant Snider book that comes along. And that was it. That was a short one, a short book, but just an absolute delight. I will judge you by your bookshelf. You need to go get a copy of this. But before you go, make sure that you subscribe. Here's the algorithmically chosen next video. And I have been Phil. This has been Fantasy Author's Handbook. And I will see you again soon as we get caught up on the 100 Book Challenge. Thanks, everybody.